Hello, my name is Chris and I'm a registered nurse. 3 years ago, I was injured at work. I had my employment terminated on the spot, and for various reasons, which we'll get into, I suffered a mental injury. What I'd like to talk to you about today is the introduction to what I'm going to be talking about over a series of weeks. The process is number one. The process to make a claim is very long, it's very tedious, and if you're already injured, you're not going to be in a state that is suitable to work with these 4 private companies. Yes, that's right. The 4 private companies are CGU, Allianz, and 2 others. Of course, because they are a private company, they wish to make a profit. And in doing so, what they have to do is draw a line in the sand as to how far they're going to stretch to provide cover and funding to an employee who is injured. Number 2 is that my injury fell into a group of about 20% of complex claims, which are automatically denied by Workcover, and it is endorsed by Workcover, and it is of course denied by these 4 private profiteering companies. The process then continues, and if you wish to appeal that decision of denial, it involves conciliation, which is a service that is provided by the WorkCare government, Victorian government, and it is again another process, very arduous, very tedious, one that is definitely not pleasant, especially when you're sick. And by the time you reach conciliation, your funding, your money, your bank account is looking very poor. And you realize that if you don't do something sooner rather than later, you're likely to not be able to afford your bills, your mortgage, your relevant insurances that you have, be it health, property, etc. And you're becoming desperate. So again, you already started off with a bad frame of mind. By this stage, of course, you've gotten worse. You've gotten desperate. And number 3 is after you receive an acceptance from conciliation, which is in the form of a certificate, you then take that certificate to another private company, this time a solicitor firm. A solicitor firm only that specialises in Workcover. Maurice Blackburn is the one I chose. There are numerous solicitor firms out there. Unfortunately though, it's a private company. Private companies need to make a profit. Private companies, just like the 4 insurance companies, need to draw a line in the sand. So they do. And again, because my claim falls into what's known as the 20% of complex claims, despite the fact that I've got the certificate from conciliation, despite the fact that conciliation could see that there was a valid claim, When I took all this to Maurice Blackburn, they told me they weren't interested. I went to the next solicitor firm, Slater and Gordon, to be told exactly the same thing. They weren't interested. So suddenly you realise you're now very desperate. You've patiently waited for the process to be done. You've tried your hardest to dot every I, cross every T, communicate with all parties concerned. But you find that at the end of the day, you are alone. You are abandoned. You realise that there's nothing they will do for you. So that brings us to the end of the introduction, and the next videos that I make will be digging deeper in each of those 3 points. All right, so I hope you stay with me. I hope I try not to bore you too much. But lastly, the reason I'm putting this vlog together is when I do a search on YouTube, there doesn't appear to be any other persons out there that have already made a vlog over this topic. It seems as though the information around the process is fairly scant. There are maybe a handful of informants that provide you with the classic information, the process of how to do it and whatnot. But what there isn't is the missing experience, what it feels like to go through the process. And that's what I'm going to be trying to cover in my vlogs. All right, so I'll sign off now, and hopefully you stay with me and give me plenty of feedback. Tell me if I'm going too slow or too fast, or I'm just a very boring person. Thanks a lot. Bye.